Hey there, English learners. Welcome back to Real Life English, the podcast. I'm your host, Max.
And I'm Emma. We are so happy you've tuned in today to spend some of your valuable time with us.
Speaking of time, Emma, I feel like everyone is so busy these days. I check my calendar and it's just meeting after meeting, task after task. It's like a never-ending mountain.
I know exactly what you mean, Max. My to-do list looks like a giant scroll from a medieval movie. But, I realized something recently. The reason we feel so overwhelmed isn't always because we have too much work.
Oh? Then what's the real reason?
It's because we find it incredibly hard to say that one tiny two-letter word, no.
Ah, the N word. You're right. We are terrified of it. We feel like if we say no, the world will end, or people will stop liking us.
Exactly. And that is our deep dive topic for today. We're going to talk about the art of saying no. We'll explore why it's so hard, how to do it without sounding like a jerk, and some powerful English phrases you can use in your office or with your friends.
I love this. This isn't just an English lesson, it's a life lesson. But before we dive into the deep end, Emma, I have to ask, be honest, are you a people pleaser?
Guilty as charged, Max. For years, I was the person who said yes to everything. Emma, can you help me with this report at 6 p.m. on a Friday? Yes. Emma, can you bake 50 cupcakes for the party tomorrow? Yes.
50 cupcakes? That's a lot of flour.
It was a nightmare. I would end up staying up until 2 a.m., feeling angry and exhausted. I was saying yes to everyone else, but I was saying no to my own sleep and my own peace of mind.
That's a very important point. When you say yes to something you don't want to do, you're actually stealing time from yourself. It's like a time thief that you invited into your own house.
That is a brilliant metaphor, Max. A time thief. And today, we want to help our listeners kick those thieves out.
Right. So, in this episode, we are going to break it down. First, we'll talk about the psychology of why no feels so dangerous. Then, we'll give you a politeness toolkit, specific phrases to use. And finally, we'll do our famous word tour to explain the advanced vocabulary we're using.
And don't forget, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us keep these episodes free for everyone.
Ready to start, Emma?
I'm ready. Let's stop saying yes to stress and start saying no with confidence.
Let's do it. So, Emma, let's go back to that cupcake story. Why didn't you just say, "Sorry, I can't do it"? What was the fear?
Well, I think for many English learners and people in general, the fear is looking uncooperative. In a work environment, you want to be a team player. You worry that if you say no, your boss will think you are lazy or that your colleagues will think you're not helpful.
True. There's a lot of pressure to be the nice one. But there's a difference between being helpful and being a doormat.
A doormat? That's a harsh word, but it's accurate. A doormat is something people step on to clean their shoes. If you never say no, people will keep stepping on your time.
Exactly. You have to set boundaries. That's a key word for today. Boundaries. It's like a fence around your house. It tells people you are welcome here, but you can't just walk over my garden whenever you want. It tells people, you are welcome here, but you can't just walk over my garden whenever you want.
Exactly. And speaking of people walking over your garden, let's look at the most common place where this happens. The office.
Oh, the office. That's the no man's land, right? It's the place where a simple yes at 4:30 p.m. usually means staying late, drinking cold coffee, and missing your favorite TV show.
The classic 4:30 p.m. surprise. I've been there so many times, Max. In the past, I would have said, sure, no problem, while my soul was slowly leaving my body. But now, I use something I call the sandwich method.
The sandwich method? Does it involve extra mayo and cheese?
I wish. No, it's a way to deliver a no between two very polite, positive slices of conversation.
Okay, walk me through it. How do I make this no sandwich?
Slice one is something appreciative. For example, if your boss asks for extra work, you say, I'd love to help with this report, and I appreciate you trusting me with it. Then comes the no, the meat of the sandwich. But I'm currently tied up with the project you gave me this morning.
Tied up. I love that phrase. It sounds so professional, like you're a very busy and important person.
Right? It's much better than saying, I'm busy. And then you finish with the bottom slice of bread, a helpful alternative. I can start on it first thing tomorrow morning, or I can finish it by noon. Which works better for your schedule?
That is brilliant. You aren't being difficult. You're showing that you have a plan and you value your time. You're not a doormat. You're a professional.
Exactly. It sets that boundary without any drama.
But Emma, what about friends? Sometimes saying no to a friend feels even harder than saying it to a boss. You don't want to hurt their feelings or make them think you're boring.
Oh, I feel that. With friends, the guilt is real. Like when a friend calls and says, hey, we're all going out to that loud club tonight. But you're just completely frazzled. Your brain is basically a piece of burnt toast.
Frazzled. I've been there. So, how do you handle the club invite when you just want to stay home in your pajamas?
I go for the honest and appreciative approach. I'd say, oh, thank you so much for thinking of me. I'd love to see everyone, but honestly, I've had a huge week and I really need to wind down tonight.
Ooh, I'm ready for the heavy lifting. How do we handle the people who keep pushing our boundaries?
For the pushers, you need the broken record technique.
The broken record? Like those old vinyl records that get stuck and repeat the same line over and over?
Exactly. You don't need new excuses. You don't need a long story. You just repeat your original no with a calm, friendly voice.
Okay, give me an example. I'll be the pusher. Hey, Emma, come on. Just one drink at the party. Everyone is asking for you.
That's so kind of everyone, but I'm really looking to wind down tonight.
But just for 30 minutes. I'll drive you home myself. It'll be quick.
I appreciate that, Max, but I really need to wind down tonight.
Wait, you're just saying the same thing.
Precisely. If I give you a new reason, like, oh, I have to wash my hair, then you'll say, wash it tomorrow. By repeating the same polite line, you show that your decision is final. You are not negotiating.
That is powerful. It stops the ping-pong of excuses. You aren't fighting, you're just standing your ground.
What a great list! I hope our listeners can try using at least one of these this week.
I'm sure they will. But Emma, before we finish, I have a little challenge for everyone listening right now.
Oh? Max is in challenge mode. Tell us, what is it?
I want you, yes you listening to our voices, to think about your day tomorrow. What is one thing you are going to say no to.
I love that. Write it down in the comments below. Tell us, tomorrow I'm saying no to, and use one of our phrases, like, I'm a bit tied up.
And don't worry, we actually read your comments. It's like a giant group chat for our real-life English family.
Exactly. And if this conversation helped you, please hit that like button.
But wait, if you think saying no is the only way to save your time, you are only seeing half of the picture.
Ooh, what's the other half, Max?
The other half is what you do after you say no. In our next episode, we're going to dive into the productivity paradox.
You do not want to miss that one. So make sure you're subscribed.
I'm Max.
I'm Emma, and this has been Real Life English, the podcast.
See you in the next one.
Bye!